The God's Lie is a poignant coming-of-age manga by Kaori Ozaki, a standalone volume first published in 2013. This story follows 6th grader Natsuru Nanao and his growing bond with classmate Ryo Suzumura over the course of a summer that changes both their lives. Plot: Summer Natsuru Nanao is an 11-year-old boy who loves soccer and lives a relatively normal life with his single mother. His biggest concern is fitting in with his peers and getting along with his soccer coach, until he meets Ryo Suzumura, a quiet girl from his class. As they become closer, Natsuru learns that Ryo's life is far from ordinary. Ryo is forced to take on the role of the parent for her younger brother, Yuuta, because their father has mysteriously disappeared. She works hard to maintain their household, concealing their situation from the outside world to avoid being separated by social services. The two children live alone in a rundown house, struggling with limited resources. Over the summer, Natsuru decides to spend his time with Ryo and Yuuta rather than go to soccer camp. As he grows more involved with their lives, he realizes the depth of Ryo's struggles and the secrets she keeps to protect her brother. Natsuru tries to help Ryo by providing food and companionship, creating a temporary escape from their harsh reality. However, the peaceful facade collapses when Ryo's father's fate is revealed. He had passed away some time ago, leaving the children entirely on their own. His body is eventually discovered in the house, and the truth about Ryo's circumstances is uncovered. This shatters their fragile stability, forcing authorities to intervene and take the siblings into care. The climax centers around Natsuru grappling with the intense emotions stirred by Ryo's plight and his realization of how harsh life can be. Despite the heavy theme, the story concludes with a sense of hope. In the future, Natsuru and Ryo meet again, and while they are still affected by their experiences, they are ready to move forward. Impact and themes analysis: The God's Lie tackles profound issues through the lens of young protagonists, giving readers an emotional and heartbreaking glimpse into the fragility of childhood. The story's brevity works in its favor, delivering a compact yet impactful narrative that resonates deeply. Themes of loneliness and abandonment: The manga explores the theme of abandonment on multiple levels. Ryo and Yuuta are left without parental guidance, while Natsuru deals with the emotional absence of his father and the preoccupation of his mother. The children are essentially left to navigate life on their own, reflecting how easily society can overlook vulnerable individuals. The loss of innocence in Natsuru's journey from a carefree, soccer-loving boy to someone who understands the complexity and pain of life represents the loss of innocence. His summer with Ryo exposes him to harsh realities, teaching him that life isn't as simple as he once believed. This shift in perspective is a key aspect of the manga, as it portrays how children can be forced to grow up too soon when faced with trauma and responsibility. Friendship and emotional support: amidst the harsh realities of life, The God's Lie also emphasizes the importance of human connection. Natsuru and Ryo's friendship becomes a sanctuary, offering each of them comfort and support. Their bond underlines how companionship can bring a sense of normalcy and healing, even in the most difficult situations. Critique of society's neglect: The story subtly critiques societal systems that fail to notice or assist struggling families like Ryo's. The children's isolation and Ryo's fear of the authorities taking her brother away highlight the failures of the safety nets meant to protect children in crisis. It comments on how societal pressures force children to hide their problems, perpetuating cycles of neglect and silence. Emotional resonance and subtle storytelling: Kaori Ozaki's storytelling is minimalistic yet emotionally potent. The sparse dialogue and subtle art style amplify the manga's emotional weight, making each revelation hit harder. Ozaki uses silence and visual storytelling to communicate the characters' inner worlds, allowing the readers to immerse themselves in the quiet desperation of Ryo and Natsuru's lives. The meaning behind the title: The God's Lie, reflects a childlike view of the world where gods are supposed to ensure fairness and justice. In this story, however, the gods have lied because life is far from fair. The children grapple with this realization, learning that the world is often indifferent to suffering, a harsh truth that marks their emotional maturation. Impact on readers: God's Lie leaves a lasting impact due to its emotional depth, relatable characters, and its examination of real-world issues through a youthful perspective. It resonates with readers by touching on universal themes of love, loss, and resilience. Many fans of the manga appreciate its ability to balance the tragic with the hopeful, providing a narrative that is both heartbreaking and uplifting. Why it stands out: manga is often praised for not sensationalizing the darker elements of its story, but instead presenting them with a quiet dignity. Its realistic portrayal of childhood and the responsibilities forced upon Rio gives it a level of maturity rarely seen in similar stories. The God's Lie stands out as a work that challenges its audience to empathize with the struggles of others and to reflect on how society might do better to protect the vulnerable. In conclusion, The God's Lie is a deeply affecting tale of growing up, finding hope amid despair, and learning that sometimes life's hardest lessons come from the lies we must face. Its concise, powerful narrative ensures it remains an impactful story long after the final page is turned.